of light is beaming in my eyes, and your eyes are opening so slow.
Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sure many of you are singing hallelujah when you saw the title of this video. Am I right, or am I right? Today, I'm going to be talking about a subject that might be sensitive to some. If you have thin or fine hair, you know the struggle and all of the frustrations that come with it. Even though I personally do not have thin hair, I know that it is not easy nor fun to deal with. So one of my very, very good friends has very thin and fine hair, and many of you have been commenting on my videos telling me that you have the same problem and asking me if I have any tips and tricks for you guys. So I got to work and tested a bunch of tips and tricks that claim that they can make a difference in the thickness of your hair. And let me tell you, some of these claims are complete phony baloney. Some of the things that I researched can actually do more harm to your hair than good, and can actually cause more hair fallout than actually making your hair look thicker and healthier. Who writes this stuff anyway? Don't believe everything you read on the internet, people. I also have an amazing hack for you guys that I've been personally using to make the ends of my hair look thicker. As you know, and I mentioned this a trillion times on my channel, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that the ends of my hair are super thin, even though my hair on top is thick. And the reason why my hair is thinner at the ends is because my hair is bleached. And back in the day, I used to use and abuse my hair. I did everything under the sun to my hair, and my hair has suffered. I have worked so hard to grow my hair out and have been doing continuous trims myself on the ends of my hair to try to make my ends look thicker. Even though my ends do look a lot more thicker now naturally than they did about a year ago, this hack that I'm going to show you is going to make such a big difference for you guys. So without further ado, and in no particular order, if you guys want to see my amazing hair hacks to make thin hair look thicker, then please keep on watching. Or thicker hair look thicker. You can never have too much hair, right? So my first hack is doing an acid rinse on your hair every time you're about to wash your hair. So you can do a lemon juice rinse or an apple cider vinegar rinse. Basically, the ratio is 2 tablespoons of acid to 1 cup of water. So you can do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with 1 cup of water, mix them together, and then drench your hair from root to tip. Leave the rinse in your hair for 30 to 45 minutes, rinse it out, then follow up with shampoo and conditioner. So basically what the acid will do is get rid of any dirt and buildup and oil in your hair that is causing your hair to be weighed down. When your hair is weighed down, it will automatically look thinner. So the acid will really get a good cleaning. So after you wash your hair and it dries, it's going to be a lot more voluminous, lighter, and look fuller. Another amazing thing that happens when you use the lemon juice rinse over the apple cider vinegar rinse is that the lemon juice will gradually lighten your hair. And what happens to your hair shafts when you lighten them is that the hair strands expand, and you will lighten your hair naturally as well as make your hair look fuller. So I made a big mistake when I was younger to get a lot of layers cut into my hair, and I am still growing them out to this day. So if you have thin hair, layers can be a really, really bad thing because it can make the ends of your hair look super, super thin. So what I would suggest is to grow out your layers as much as possible and get your hair trimmed at the very ends to give the ends of your hair the illusion of a fuller haircut. If you have really thin and fine hair, I would suggest cutting your hair up to about shoulder length. Anything longer than that is going to add extra weight, and again, it's going to pull down your hair and make your hair look flatter and thinner. If it's cut above shoulder length, it's going to be lighter, going to give you a lot more volume, making your hair look thicker. So these nasty chemicals are not only really bad for your hair, but they will make your hair look thinner. The way they do that is they force your scalp to produce more oils and more sebum. So your hair will get dirtier and greasier faster, and it's going to weigh your roots down and make your hair look super flat. And if your hair is already thin and fine to begin with, this can be a big problem. So stick with a shampoo and conditioner as well as hair care products that are free of sodium lauryl sulfate and ammonium lauryl sulfate. Alright you guys, so now I'm going to show you one of my biggest secrets on how to make thinner hair look thicker. So because my hair is thinner on the ends than it is on the top, I have been balancing out the thickness on the bottom with a volumizer weft. So I've been making my own volumizer wefts, and as you can see, I have two wefts here from an old fancy hair extension set. I previously made my original one from another old set that I've had for about 3 or 4 years, and it was time to replace that one. So I'm taking two wefts from another fancy hair extension set that I have, and I've worn this set for about a year or so, and all I'm doing is removing the clips on the top of the weft. And the weft sizes that I'm using are the 3-clip wefts. You can use any size wefts that you prefer. I just like these ones because when my hair starts to grow out, they're just easy to lower down to make sure that the ends match up with the ends of my natural hair. So as you can see, the only tools that I'm needing for this is a good pair of sharp scissors. You can also use a seam ripper for more precision, but I didn't have one, so I'm just using these sharp craft scissors. And I also got a spool of thread in the same color as the hair extensions to make sure that the thread is disguised as much as possible. So all I'm doing is going in with my scissors and carefully cutting off each clip on the wefts, and I'm being careful not to cut the lace itself, otherwise it's going to loosen up the reinforcement and it can cause the hair to shed. I also want to apologize to you guys if I sound a little bit sick or under the weather. I haven't been feeling well since I got up this morning, and on top of that, Mother Nature decided to give me a little gift today. So yeah, I'm not exactly on my game today, but life must go on. Alright, so now that I've removed all of the clips, the wefts should look something like this. And before I get to the hard part, I like to just turn on some music to keep myself entertained and in the mood. So what I'm doing now is just taking the thread and I put it through the eye of a very thin needle, and I doubled it up and just tied the ends at the end of the thread into a knot. So next I just lined up the edges of the two wefts, so I'm making sure that one is above the other, so the lace wefts kind of turn into one after I'm done sewing them. And right now all I'm doing is reinforcing the sides, because now that the clips have been removed, the sides are a little bit loose, and if I leave them as they are, this can cause some shedding and hair fallout. So I'm going in and making sure that I sew the sides of the wefts together very, very well to make sure that they are reinforced. And then after I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and sew the two lace parts together in the middle.
Protect you from this fright, yes I will. 'Cause like a fruit in a tree, you're the apple of my eye. You're the apple of my eye.
And once I've reached the opposite side, I'm going to go ahead and reinforce the edges of the other side as well. So now that all the edges have been reinforced and I've sewed the two wefts together to create one thick weft, I'm just taking the clips again and sewing them back onto the weft, and I'm sewing them only to the top of the weft. So originally each individual weft had 3 clips on them, but because this weft is a lot thicker and heavier, I'm going to sew on as many clips as possible to distribute the weight of the weft and make sure that it's comfortable to wear and it doesn't pull on my hair. So on this weft, I'm going to end up getting 4 clips on to the weft, and I'm starting off by sewing the clips on the sides. Once I have the clips on the sides, then I can evenly distribute the remaining clips in the middle.
Like a rose in the wild, you're the thorn stuck in my heart. You're the thorn stuck in my heart. You are.
So once you're done, your weft should look something like this. Now I'm going to show you how I cut my Volumizer Weft. So on the right, you can see my old Volumizer Weft from a very, very long time ago that's ready to go. And on the left, you see the new one that I created. So here's my hair before. As you can see, my ends are very, very scraggly and thin. And what I'm doing now is just separating my hair around the crown area, and I'm clipping away the top section of my hair to get it out of the way. Now I'm just snapping open the clips of the Volumizer Weft, and I'm clipping them into the back of my hair, and I'm trying to make sure that this weft is clipped in as straight as possible so that when I cut the hair extension weft, it will be lined up with the ends of my hair perfectly. Alright, so now that my Volumizer Weft is clipped into my hair, I'm just bringing all of my hair forward, and then I'm brushing out my hair together with the Volumizer Weft to try to get my natural hair as straight as possible. And then I'm going with a pair of barber scissors, and I'm lining up the tips of my natural hair, and I'm cutting the hair extension weft to the same length as my natural hair. I'm really sorry that this part cut off. I really thought I was in frame, but obviously I was not. Hopefully my explanation will describe what I'm doing. And then I'm just going ahead and doing the exact same thing on the other side. So as you can see, the ends of my hair are much, much thicker now, and they look a lot more balanced with the thickness at the top of my head. And now that I've cut off the ends of this weft, the hair extensions are basically as good as new because I've got fresh ends and I can wear this for another year or so and get the most out of my hair extensions. And that's how I make my volumizing weft and add thickness to my natural hair. And as my hair grows out, I just clip my volumizing weft lower down on my head so that the ends of the weft always line up with my natural hair and it looks very natural. So another tip that is going to instantly add volume and body to your hair is curling or waving your hair. Do I need to say more?
I met you yesterday.
Unfortunately, if you have thin or fine hair, oils can actually weigh your hair down and make it a lot more difficult to manage. Not only that, if your hair is super, super fine and very vulnerable to breakage, putting oil on your hair will cause it to weaken and break eventually. So we don't want that. So if you want to keep your hair moisturized and healthy looking, I would recommend going with a lightweight shine serum spray. If you guys are looking for a recommendation, I would recommend this hair gloss spray by Earth's Nectar. What I would recommend is spraying it once in the palms of your hands, massaging it through your hands, and then coating your hair through it. It's super light, it won't weigh your hair down, and it will leave your hair very glossy and shiny looking. So we all know that dry shampoo works by sucking up excess oil and dirt at your roots, and it will also give your roots some extra lift and volume. But there's no need to go out and buy a dry shampoo if you don't have one. You likely already have one lying around at home. So what I like to use as a dry shampoo is cocoa powder. So if you have dark roots like I do, or if you are a brunette, cocoa powder would be an amazing alternative to dry shampoo. If you have lighter hair or you're a blonde, you can use baby powder or cornstarch. They both work just as well. I also love using oils for my DIY hair oil treatments. Now you can totally do that if you have fine or thin hair, and it's actually recommended that you do that before you wash your hair because it will help stimulate your hair follicles and bring blood circulation to your scalp. The one thing that I would recommend is staying away from oils that are super, super thick and will be very difficult to wash out. One of the oils that I would suggest staying away from is castor oil. Castor oil does have a ton of amazing benefits for helping you grow longer, thicker hair. If you do want to use castor oil, I would say dilute it a lot with coconut oil. So if you're going to be using, let's say, half a cup of coconut oil, use just a tablespoon of castor oil and then dilute it even further with some thinner oils such as jojoba oil, avocado oil, or sweet almond oil. So sea salt sprays are amazing for girls with super fine and thin hair because it instantly adds volume and texture to your hair, making your hair look a lot thicker. The problem is most of the sea salt sprays that are out on the market are full of nasty chemicals and different ingredients that your hair does not need. It will actually damage your hair even more and cause your hair to become weaker and eventually break off. So I would recommend making your own DIY sea salt spray at home. All you need is a bottle of seltzer or sparkling water, some sea salt, a little bit of coconut oil, and if you want, this is completely optional, you can add a little bit of gel to it. What you want to do is take all of these ingredients, combine them into a little spray bottle, shake it up, and then spray it all over your hair wherever you want to add a little bit of extra volume and texture. So a little known fact is that hydrogen peroxide naturally expands the volume of your hair strands by 50%. So if your hair is bleached, it's going to automatically look thicker than if your hair is not bleached, because the hydrogen peroxide in the bleach will expand your hair strands. But bleaching your hair is extremely damaging to your hair. So instead, what I like to do is lighten my hair with a natural raw honey hair mask. Raw honey is a natural hydrogen peroxide, and over time it will gradually lighten your hair without damaging it. So it's amazing for lightening your hair and adding some extra thickness and volume to your hair without actually damaging it. So my favorite way to use raw honey in a hair mask is to combine it with some extra virgin olive oil and apple cider vinegar. So what the apple cider vinegar does is open up the hair shafts, so the hair shafts are more readily to absorb the hydrogen peroxide from the raw honey, and the extra virgin olive oil helps to nourish the strands and keep them moisturized and shiny and healthy. The extra virgin olive oil and the apple cider vinegar also work to dilute the raw honey to make it a little bit more liquidy, so you can apply it to your hair a lot more easily. So my holy grail recipe for my honey hair mask is to use half a cup of raw honey, a quarter a cup of extra virgin olive oil, and a quarter a cup of apple cider vinegar. If your hair is super thin or fine, again, I would suggest diluting it a little bit further just to make it easier to apply and wash out of your hair. So if your hair is on the thinner side, feel free to put a little bit more of the extra virgin olive oil to make the mixture a little bit more liquid. So what you want to do is apply this liquid to your hair wherever you want to lighten it. You can apply it from root to tip, or you can just apply it up to here if you want to create a more ombre effect, and leave it in your hair overnight with a shower cap. In the morning, try to rinse out the mixture from your hair as much as possible with warm water, and then follow up with shampoo and conditioner as usual. The more you do this honey hair mask, the lighter your hair will become and the thicker and fuller it will look with time. So this is an easy and instant zhuzhing to make your hair look thicker. All you have to do is switch up your part. So if you always wear your hair parted in the middle like I do, what happens is the roots of your hair that are positioned in this way all the time will eventually lay flat and make your overall hair look flatter and thinner. So to make your hair look a little bit thicker, simply take the tip of a rat tail comb or use your finger, whatever, and part your hair off to the side and just flip your hair over. Automatically, when I do that, you see that the roots of the hair that are not used to being flipped over to this side are sticking up straight a lot more. So it makes my hair look fuller than it did before. Another amazing hack that I actually do almost every single night, and it works magic, is to take all of your hair, twist it into a little bun on your head, and then take a hair clip and clip it down to the top of your head. So basically what this does is it acts as a natural volumizer. The heat from your scalp heats up your roots and it causes your roots to go straight up. So when you take your hair down in the morning, you're gonna have beautiful body and volume at the roots of your hair, making your hair look thicker. So if you really want to wear a ponytail but your hair is thin and fine, and you feel that when you put your hair up into a ponytail it looks a little bit too limp and thin, I have an amazing hack for you. I've already shown this hack in my ponytail hair hack video, so I will bring the clip in so you can see what I do. This trick will make your ponytail look more fluffy and more voluminous and will last all day long. Simply separate your pony into two sections, a top section and a bottom bottom section. Clip away the top section so it's out of the way. Take a section of hair from the top of the bottom section and tie a small hair elastic around the section about 2 inches down from the base of the ponytail. Pull out the top and sides of the section of hair. It should look like a bubble. Then unclip the top section to cover up the bubble. There's no way this fluffy ponytail will go flat on you.
N-O-P, how could you?
So if you're suffering with hair that is very sparse around the scalp and your part is very noticeable, or your hairline is uneven because your hair is very thin, what you can do is use a pigmented eyeshadow in the same color as your roots and then apply the eyeshadow with a brush to any areas where you have sparseness. So for example, if I want to thicken up my hairline, I just take a little bit of product on my brush and I stipple it into my scalp wherever I want to thicken it up. And this is going to make your hairline look more even and thicker, so your hair will look fuller. You can also do this around your hairline if you have your hair pulled back and you want to even out your hairline and make your hairline look thicker. In case you're wondering, the eyeshadow that I'm using is called Raw. That's the name of the color, and the brand is Mineral Fusion, and I also got this at Whole Foods. Oh, and another tip I want to give you guys is make sure that you go with a brand that is as natural as possible, because if you're going to be depositing chemicals into your scalp, it's not going to be good for your hair. It's going to clog up your scalp, and those chemicals can have an adverse effect and cause your hair to fall out. So go with a natural brand. Mineral Fusion is really good. Pacifica is really good, and they can safely be applied to the scalp. They will not clog up your hair follicles and cause your hair to fall out. So another tip that I have for you guys is to use Velcro rollers. I'm sure you guys have seen these tools used on Victoria's Secret models. They're amazing at lifting the roots and creating a bunch of volume on top. So all you have to do is take a few Velcro rollers, and you really only have to style the hair around your crown area, because that's the only part that's really going to give you the illusion of thicker, fuller hair. So basically what you want to do is take the hair around your crown section by section, curl it into a Velcro roller, and use a very low heat setting on your blow dryer and apply heat to it for about 30 seconds to a minute maximum. That's all you need, and that's not going to cause any heat damage to your hair. So once your hair has cooled completely, you want to take down the Velcro rollers, and you're going to see that you can have beautiful volume. So I did mention this tip in one of my past videos, but I thought I'd mention it again because it also is an amazing hack to make your hair look thicker. Applying conditioner to the roots of your hair will cause your hair to produce more oil, more grease, weighing your hair down and making it look thinner. So my best tip is to only shampoo the roots of your hair, because really that's the only part of your hair that really needs a good cleaning, because it collects all of this dirt and you need to clear out those hair follicles for healthy hair growth. And then apply conditioner from the mid shaft to the ends, because essentially that's the only part of your hair that really needs a good conditioning. Your hair from here down is usually new growth, so it hasn't been exposed to UV rays or heat styling as much as the rest of your hair, so there's no need to condition that part of your hair. Another amazing thing that this hack does is save you extra time. When you shampoo your roots and condition the ends of your hair at the same time, you can cut down your shower time pretty much in half. So if you have thin hair and you love rocking braids, this is an amazing tip for you. So after you braid your hair, pull out on the side sections of the braid to pancake it out, and it's automatically going to make your braid look a lot thicker than it actually is.
Things have changed.
So this is an amazing mask that will make your hair look thicker over time. It might not work right away, but if you're consistent with it, it will definitely help you out. So what you want to use is 2 whole eggs and 2 tablespoons of aloe vera gel. So eggs are full of amazing proteins and fatty acids that will strengthen your hair and make your hair look thicker by expanding the hair shafts. Aloe vera gel is like a natural dry shampoo. I mentioned this in many of my my videos. So applying it to your hair is going to get rid of any built up dirt, grease, and oil, and make your hair lighter and therefore give you more body and make your hair look thicker. Leave this mask in your hair for up to an hour and then rinse it out with water and follow up with shampoo and conditioner. Flax seeds are full of amazing essential fatty acids. Not only are they good for your health, they are amazing for your hair. Fatty acids are known to add extra thickness to your hair. So what you want to do is take a cup of flax seeds and a cup of water and allow them to soak in a mason jar or something that with a lid on it for 5 days. And what that is going to do is release all of the good for your hair nutrients into the water, so the water becomes really, really nutrient dense. After 5 days, you want to separate the flax seeds from the water and then take the water and coat your hair from root to tip. Leave the flaxseed water in your hair for about 10 minutes to half an hour and then rinse it out with water and then follow up with shampoo and conditioner as usual. So it turns out that the antioxidants in fruits are not just good for your health, but they are amazing for your hair. So this combination of fruits is going to add thickness to your hair and also nourish it from the inside and out. So what you want to do is combine 1 ripe avocado with 1 ripe banana and 10 strawberries. You want to make sure that these fruits are as ripe as possible. Strawberries, you want to make sure they're as ripe as possible without becoming rotten. But when it comes to the banana and avocado, the mushier it is, the better. Obviously, you don't want to wait until the avocado is so brown to the point that it has no more nutrients left in it, but soft enough. When avocados and bananas are super ripe like that, that's when they have their highest nutrient content. So that's when you want to use them up. Take the avocado, banana, and 10 strawberries, combine them into a blender, mix them up until it becomes like a paste, and then you want to apply this mixture to your hair from root to tip. Cover your hair with a shower cap and allow this mixture to sit in your hair for 20 minutes to an hour. So the avocado is chock full of amazing proteins and fatty acids that will strengthen your hair, while the bananas will provide you with all of the nutrients your hair needs to grow longer and thicker. And the strawberries, little known fact, but they have a subtle lightening effect, kind of like raw honey does with hydrogen peroxide. So it will expand your hair strands over time, making them slightly lighter and thicker. So after you've left this mask in your hair for 30 minutes to an hour, you can rinse it out with water and then follow up with shampoo and conditioner. And my last hair hack, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but when I discovered it, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazeballs. So basically what this is, it's like a hair fiber. It's like a shaker bottle, and then you just shake it and sprinkle the product wherever your scalp is sparse. What comes out of it are little tiny fibers that look like hair fibers, and it just makes your scalp look like it's much fuller. Now there are some really good ones out there and some really bad ones out there, so make sure you do your research. So the friend that I mentioned in the beginning of this video that has super fine and thin hair is the one who told me about this amazing product, and she uses it very frequently, and she wanted to give me another tip for you guys. So if you're going to be using this product, what you want to do first is spray any sparse areas with a little bit of light hold hairspray, and then sprinkle the product on top of the hairspray right away. So the hairspray will basically make the surface area more tacky so that it will hold those hair fibers and prevent them from moving all day long. So I did go on Amazon to do my own research on this, and I did find a lot of amazing brands that have like 5-star ratings, so it's not hard to find. So just do your research, see what works for you. They also come in like a rainbow of different colors, so it doesn't matter if your hair is blonde or red or black or blue or brown. This is a great tip for you guys, for anyone who's suffering from a very sparse hairline. Okay, my beauties, so that wraps up another epic hair hack video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found some of these hacks and tips and tricks very helpful, and will try some of them out yourself. If you guys have any suggestions on hair hack videos that you'd like to see me do that I haven't done yet, please let me know in the comments below, because I'm always looking for new ideas and inspiration. And of course, I want to create content that you guys want to see. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel to see more videos like this one. You can also follow the Fancy Hair Instagram account for daily hair inspiration, and follow my personal account to see my life in little squares. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I hope to see you in my next video.